you guys. I am so sorry about the wait. We were getting ready to go live and the pizza guy showed up, but he was lost, so had to deal with that. And then Chris is sick. Oh, well, Coat of Many Colors is sick. Yeah, so anyways, I'm the worst, y'all. I really suck at life sometimes. Thank you, Punksy. Hey, Punksy. Hey, Shard. Hey, Delaney. Hey, Woofy. Let's see. I saw Dave G. How are you guys? Okay, so I do have two really awesome special guests that I'm going to bring on right now. Support with Steffa and TCA. So, hello, Stephanie. Hey, Allison.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you guys? Which I know how you are, but maybe they want to know how you are.
I'm good. I hope everybody in chat's doing good. Thank you guys for being here.
Hey,
I'm
Megan.
so sorry when I interrupt. I don't mean to.
I'm terrible.
Okay.
I'm terrible.
There's delays too, so sometimes you interrupt because you don't hear the other person quick enough, and yeah. Hey, Without Borders, and hello to Lynn and Megan. I think I said hello or meant to. Oh, hey, Goose. So yeah, you guys interrupt me anytime you want. Today we're just gonna hang out a Saturday night with the girls. I actually was even thinking about like drinking a Mike's Hard Lemonade. I've had some for a long time and I haven't drank them, like just one. But anyways, just hanging out and talking about the Delphi double homicide. We have done the timeline. We did it together. But I had to private that video. So I did, like, I recreated it just reading through the timeline. And today we're going to kind of go through the evidence that this website that we're using goes through. But Stephanie and Allison too now, they're pretty knowledgeable about the case. So there may be evidence that's not on there that you want to talk about or whatever. And we can do that too.
The evidence, everything it just took a turn this week. It was crazy. Yeah. Everything that happened.
Will you guys tell us about that? Stephanie told me a little bit, but I want to hear about it.
You go for it, Steph.
Oh gosh, you put me on the spot.
I know.
So there's this new guy named JP, and JP apparently has put himself at the crime scene. And well, he went on another YouTube channel and had said that his children was sick that day. He drove down 300. And 300 is where the road that goes by the cemetery across, and the road that I can't think of their having in mind, like the house, that red house right in front where Libby's sister dropped them off. I can't think of their name. But anyway, that's not important. But he drives by there every day, and he works for Subaru. He calls into Subaru for the day, and he said he just needed to get out of the house. So he decided to go to the trails for the first time, and he decided to take his camera to take pictures. So he parked and went across Freedom Bridge, which is a newer bridge that goes across. I believe it's their highway, and you have to park over by the Freedom Bridge, walk over, and then you get to the trail. Not the bridge. This is just a separate new bridge, like a newer. They just built it over. Like within the past.
I think it was on that map that we looked at.
Yes.
Welcome, Hemi. Thank you so much. Welcome. Okay, keep going. Sorry.
No, you're good. And so he puts himself there, going to take pictures. He said, and that this is around 3:00, and he said he saw the girls, but he didn't want the girls to be scared of him, like the creeper guy. Yeah. So he turns around and goes back. And they asked him if there could be DNA there.
Yeah.
Well, from my cigarette or something. Now, if he only went to the first part of the trail, which is what he's claiming, according to what he told a YouTube channel, that's way, way, way far away from the crime scene. The crime scene is like a mile and a half, maybe, or a mile and a quarter. So yeah, it's very strange. This is all new. He has been questioned by law enforcement.
And he's
So he
like a
was on.
genius. He is
He's a
literally
genius.
like a genius, you guys. He's smart. He's technical savvy. He's smart. And when he was taking pictures, wasn't he saying he was going to bring his drone, the drone to take the pictures?
I don't remember that, but you
Yeah.
could be right. I just kind of skimmed through
Yeah, I'm
that.
thinking it was he was going to take his drone through there. He's seen the kids and he didn't want to scare them. Yeah, he's odd.
Does he look like the sketch at all?
Nobody had on a blue
No,
Subaru coat the day that his work jacket is a blue coat, navy blue coat.
That bridge, I never realized how high it was until the last time we talked about this and I was really looking, but holy cow.
I know. Whew.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe they walked across it. Like, I would have been scared to daggone death.
And Steph,
That was
didn't he
Abby's
also
first time.
say he couldn't remember if he was there the day before or the day of around 3:00? He's changed his story, like as far as if he didn't remember. He keeps saying he don't remember, and then he possibly could have been there around 3:00. Just weird.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is weird.
He's
Well,
very weird.
And this is just coming out now, and it's like 5 years later.
Yeah.
So,
And you're
and this
mentioning
is
DNA
strange.
from a cigarette butt.
Exactly.
That's a big red
Yeah.
flag.
Yeah,
And that's like a
everything
mile and a fourth way away from the crime scene.
everything is a big red flag with this kid. I mean, he's not that old either. How old do you think he is?
In his 30s, maybe?
Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean,
early
he's not old
30s.
at all.
Yeah.
Oh, I would love for some of the witnesses to see him. So he was on a YouTube channel. Oh, wow.
And
He was
then
on,
and then he got a knock at the door. Did you guys see
Yes.
that one? And he
while he's on
literally,
YouTube.
Yep, he had something in his hand. He's like, I gotta go. Something just come up. I don't know what it was about, but he had something in his hand. And
Oh, weird.
yeah.
That is weird. Well, dang, man. I need to see this guy now and look at the sketch and look at him and just kind of, I don't know. That's crazy. 5 years later, I would never walk across it either. They said, Punksy said it reminds her of the bridge and Stand By Me. I love that.
It looks creepy. And then why do they still have the tape up?
Now, to this day?
What? They don't.
There was
I
on part of, it's not on the bridge, but down in where you walk down, somebody just went down there not too long ago and they had not removed any of the tape that went across by this one tree. And there was people asking, why is the tape still there? I mean, it looked old and everything. I don't know.
Now, I didn't notice any tape when I was there.
Well, this was clear
but-
down in like, not even by the bridge, like down maybe by closer to where the bodies may have been, down that steep hill, but by a tree, and somebody had taken a picture of it.
Hey, Lynn, before we go through this evidence, I'm going to try to Google a crime scene map from it just so that we can kind of know what you're talking about. Let me see. Because I looked on the website we're using and it's zoomed in too far to really know. Okay. So, well, I can just screen share instead of here. Yeah, that's what I'll do. So oh, thank you, Hemi. Thank you so much. Oh, Ann, you're here. Thank you. Or hey, thank you for being here. Okay. Let's do share screen, which I'll have to take that banner off because when you have a overlay like that, you guys, just so you know in the future, it will cover your screen share. So if you ever can get it to daggone work, then don't do that.
I don't have to worry about that.
So here is one of them, but there was a couple that came up. This one kind of looks like what we were talking about. Is this where the bridge is right here?
can you make it bigger?
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Hold on. Maybe. Oh my gosh, maybe. Hold on, let me see. Why is
I
it not?
made it 7 steps on that bridge. It was somebody holding my hand. That was it. I was like, I wouldn't even say I'm like really afraid of heights, but yeah, that's as far as I made it.
Okay, well, I'm going to have to do it like this. I don't know why it's not letting me zoom right this second, but I'm going to stop screen share for just a minute and upload it as an overlay. Okay.
It's hard to look at a map on screen and figure out what's what.
Yep. This one is kind of, I don't know. It's not the best, but let's check it out.
Well, Stephanie being there, maybe she'll be able to tell.
Yeah, it's saying I have too many files. I feel bad. I do these cases and I don't want, just like Kendrick Johnson. Kelly and I talked about him the other night, but that was the first case that I used StreamYard overlays with. And I don't want to take him off of there. So I don't like deleting them after. So, but now I'm full. So I've got to. But here we go.
I don't know.
Is that
right there? The bridge.
You see where the Monon High Bridge trail, where the marker is?
Yep.
That's where they start. And there's like see that highway? That is the bridge where this guy on the other side of, like to the very left of the
right
highway.
Here?
To the very, you can't see it there, but it's that's where the actual Freedom Bridge, which is different than the Monon High Bridge, that's where that guy parked. There's a parking place right before you get to the Freedom Bridge on the very, very left. Then you go across it and start walking, and then you'll get to the Monon High Bridge.
Right here,
not the bridge. I'm sorry, the trail. You get to the trail,
which is up here at the top.
Yes, and you take the trail over, and that it dead ends into the actual bridge, where the Monon High Bridge, which is high and scary as heck.
So from where you park your vehicle to the bridge, about approximately how far is that away?
Probably 1.5 miles.
Okay, from that place. Okay.
From where you park your car, yes.
Yeah.
And Lori P lives 20 minutes from there and tried the bridge one time. And then let me say hello real quick to A for Advocate and Mod Squad, who I love both of those ladies. And then thank you, Hemi, so much. I really do appreciate that. And
he
hey,
is
Rena,
such a good supporter.
Yeah, very, very kind of you. So appreciate that. Hey, Christine. Okay. Sorry about that. I like to make sure we talk with the chat too, and you know what I mean.
I'm terrible about that. I'll figure that out sometime.
You do a good job. Allison, no, you are a natural. You are very good. Really. I mean that. So let me ask you. So this is where the bridge is, and then we have the approximate location where the bodies were found. The shoe, was that found right here, right before the bodies, or on this side of the water? It was on the other side, right?
It was on the side of, the bodies were found on the side of like the cemetery. The Monon, it was found on the side of the Monon High Bridge, because you have to go across the water to get to the bodies. So the shoe was found on the opposite side of where the shoe was found on the side of the bridge.
Okay.
Which is so, I know it's so strange, because I wish that the map actually showed the bridge itself. Like it doesn't.
Yeah, that's what's confusing to me.
Yeah, this isn't a good map.
Yeah.
Let me find you want me to see if I can find a better map?
Yeah.
And then just I'll post it in the private chat. Let me see if I can find it.
Okay.
Find you one.
Hey, Allie, Steph was telling me while you went and did something that her and her daughter are thinking about doing a video talking about the bridge, being there going there to it. I would love to hear that.
Oh, I would too. That would be awesome. Hold on
Yeah.
just 1 second, you guys. Give me just a second. Okay, I thought it like I got worried because I had a weird call from a North Carolina number, and where my family's down there, it wasn't. But that's why I usually won't take a call while I'm up here. But um, I wanted to make sure there was no emergency or anything like that. Thank you, Hemi. We love you too. I love all of you guys. I swear, my chat, I have the best people coming here, and
You've got some good people in here.
it's
Yes.
usually so. And I try to keep it where. Oh my God, YouTube is such a mess. There is so much hate and craziness, and that will never. This is like a break from that. This is we're doing true crime. We're not getting into that stuff. Anybody's welcome if they can be respectful, as long as, even if they hate me. I say that all the time. I don't care if you want to discuss this case and you have a different opinion, whatever. Anybody's welcome as long as they're kind.
And I do like different opinions. Love people's different opinions.
I'm surprised that guy is not in here that came in the other day that, then went live after and everything.
Was that after I had left or another video?
No, it was after you left and part of when you were in here. So it was a local guy who thinks his dad was involved.
Oh, yes. I was going to ask you what happened with that.
So after he went live, he got upset. We weren't giving him enough attention, I suppose. And he went live. And then we went in there and kind of watched some of that. But he was like trying to show pictures because I was interested. I wanted to hear him out.
Well, yeah.
But he's showing the pictures like on a cell phone and you can't even see him really. It just,
yeah. Maybe it's just attention seeking, getting people to listen and look at his channel. And
yeah. I think he believes what he's saying, though. Like,
that's what Coda Many Colors was saying, that he really believes that he's trying to like be honest with people, and he wholeheartedly believes that it is not necessarily probably true.
Wolfie, I'll take it. Yes, thank you.
Where's Wolfie? I didn't see it. Oh, he has been.
Yeah, you want the clip out? She's good at electronics and clipping and doing all that.
Yes, you are. I want to see it too again because it's funny. But okay, so let's start digging into some of this evidence on here. And did you put that map?
Yep, I'm trying to get the best map I can. So
okay.
You guys keep going ahead of me, and then I'll send it to you. But I want to make sure I get the best one to make everybody understand it a little better, because it is. If I couldn't understand it till I was there
in person. I bet it was.
I cannot wait to hear that too.
I can't either. And your daughter, I want to hear her perspective and everything and what she thought about it all. And Christine, so he came in and he believes that his dad was the killer of the girls. And he came in showing, just not showing, but talking about different photos he had to prove it. His dad has the jacket. He sent in DNA and things like that. And he does have a channel. You guys can go check it out. I think it's just under his name, like Sean Harmon. Someone wrote it in here. And hear his story. And Hemi, listen, I know Jess is not holding any kind of grudge against you for that. You apologized and stuff. I would let it go. I wouldn't. I think you're doing, as long as we try to do better, we all make mistakes, and I've heard so many people today say, he instantly apologized. He instantly apologized and knew what he said was wrong. So I think it's okay. We all make mistakes, and then we just have to try to do better and be better. And that's what you did. So I appreciate you apologizing. You don't have to apologize to me or to us, but it's okay.
He's got a good heart.
Yeah. Oh, Rena says the dude has a couple different channels. Hey, cotton candy boobs. Okay.
So, Rena, what's his other channel under? Both. I'd like to just go check him out just to see what he has to say.
I know. That's what I was thinking. I did remove all my wrenches last night, but I'll, if I need to, I'm going to give them back right now. I'm trying to figure out what I should do with that situation. But yeah.
I removed 3 of mine and I haven't had anybody blocked. So praise the Lord.
Yeah, I don't like that stuff, but I appreciate anybody who
Yes, Christine.
helped.
His father passed away.
Oh, awesome, Rena. Okay, she's going to try to find it and send it to me in a message.
Good.
Thankfully, I have not a clue what y'all are speaking about. Yeah, it's okay. It's no big deal. Everybody makes mistakes. It's the people that make mistakes and double down on it, stand in it, refuse to be better, do better, and try to, actually that are sorry. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. You're not perfect. We're all going to make mistakes sometimes. It just is what it is. So
yeah. And the people that do apologize and turn around and do the same thing the next day.
Yep. Hello, Amanda.
Hey, Amanda. Hope you're feeling better.
I can really appreciate a person who does something and is sorry and apologizes and really tries to do better. It takes a lot to say I was wrong and I'm sorry.
And truly mean it. Absolutely.
No, I haven't, Lori. Have you watched any of Anthony Greeno's videos about Abby and Libby?
No, I haven't either.
I'm pretty perfect. I told Sean we have to arrest the right person that committed the crime, not blame it on anyone. Absolutely.
I met Greeno at the he filmed when we went to the bridge. He was there.
Oh, cool. Lori, we're talking about Delphi. Apple Tart, I don't know what happened. I had hundreds of comments and stuff deleted. And the thing is that most, if not all of the people, there's a few that I don't talk to anymore, but I don't even think they're on YouTube. All the people who had wrenches, I still trust. I don't know what to make of it. I honestly don't know. I don't believe that it was, I can't see the people that I have doing it, that I had as wrenches doing it, any of them. You know what I mean? I still trust that they wouldn't, but somebody was. I know that. So I don't know what to do.
I had 106 people blocked on my channel. It's like, dang, I didn't even know it.
How do they get in there to do that?
A moderator can do it.
Oh, Lori, I'll have to check it out. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. Thank you. I love you all so much. We love you too. He is the reason why I know how terrifying that bridge is. Okay, well, let's look at some of this stuff and then we'll just talk through it. And Steph, when you get that, just let me know. There's a lot of pictures, audios, and things in this website too that we can look at.
Yeah, this is crazy.
I'm kind of just hanging out here. It's Saturday night. I've had kids all day. I'm finally getting a full-on adult moment where I'm not so I'm enjoying it. I'm not going to rush through it. Okay. Hey, Nicole Morgan.
Hey, Nicole.
I think people mean well, but go overboard. Y'all have such a nice group. I love your laughs. Thank you. I think people mean well too. I agree. 2 of our Delphi crime channels have passed away. Ron Logan passed away. That's so sad.
So
Okay.
Ron was who we met before because we were late. And my daughter put together that was Ron Logan, and she started panicking. And I'm like, I know this old man couldn't have done this. He couldn't walk. I mean, he was on a ATV. So I knew that he wasn't the killer.
The one, yeah. Because he had to get out of there pretty fast too, if you think about it, and which I'm wondering if the man had anything on his, I don't know. The witnesses that saw him, there wasn't any because we don't know how they were killed. I'm trying to be careful of how I say things, but we don't know the exact cause of death. So I wonder about, what kind of mess it left on. Um, okay, thank you, Amelia. Lori, I was gonna say I don't get those moments either, and whenever I do, like at nighttime, it's finally quiet, and I'm like, oh, I get to just hang out, like watch YouTube, watch Netflix, light some candles, and then I fall asleep. So it's like, I don't know. But I don't want my babies to grow up too fast.
No, because
And
they do.
Enjoy
they
it.
are, yeah. Oh, pause my thing. Pulling out my phone to get rid of that robot. Okay. So
I'm still looking for a good map because every time I think I got one, I don't. So, because the map
that's
that I
okay.
sent you on
Oh, okay.
by the Google map, um, but I know you can't really use that since it was another YouTuber that it was. So I'm trying to
Oh,
find
okay.
someone
Something else.
like that. Yeah.
Okay, well, you take your time finding that, and I don't even have that on. Okay, you take your time finding that, and then just let me know when you do. And there was a question about the first sketch, which I found it interesting. It was actually the second sketch that came out first, but I'll read through this, and then I want to get your guys' opinions. And I know there was a question about it in chat, so. On April 22nd, 2019, a sketch of a person who the Indiana State Police believe attacked Libby and Abby was released during a press conference detailing a new direction the investigation was taking. This sketch replaces an older sketch that was provided on July 17th of 2017. The previous sketch was a composite sketch and was an artist composite of the information. The official stated reason for the change, according to the press release, is as the investigation has progressed, information has been continuously reviewed and examined, and this sketch more accurately depicts the face of the suspect from the video recorded on Liberty German's cell phone while she and Abigail were on the high bridge. During the conference, Police Superintendent Doug Carter said, "We have concluded the first sketch release will become secondary as of today. The result of the new information and intelligence over time leads us to believe the sketch, which you will see shortly, is the person responsible for the murders of these two girls." So, these are the two. The new one is this one on the left, and then the old one is the one on the right. It's funny to me, this one, number 2, looks more like the guy on the video, but we didn't see that much of it. But what do you guys think? Hello?
I don't know. I'm gonna send
I think
you. I'm gonna send. How can I send? I can put it in the. Oh, I can't. I was gonna send you a picture of this JP.
Okay. Put it in the Delphi group.
Okay.
5-year anniversary coming up. Without Borders, I've not been around much. Woofy, we miss you when you're not around. I really think they were way off with that, Christine says. If Granny is, tell her I love her too. We will definitely tell her. Granny's okay. She's just had a lot going on, and I think she's just trying to breathe for a minute. Let's see. I found it and messaged you. Thank you, Rena. And then, hey, think for yourself. Ooh, I would love your opinion on that.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Hey, Cat Whisper.
Yeah, I want to do a panel with Megan and you and me. She had mentioned the other day, I want to do that bad.
I do too. I'd love to on my channel or y'all's. And Amanda, there's not a group, but we created a group chat. And if you want to be added, you can absolutely be added. It's just us kind of talking about when we're going live, and they've been sharing videos and different things back and forth in there. Okay. So, 2 days after the new sketch was given, a news bulletin was released to clarify the relationship between the two sketches. And then they have the little news bulletin. We could click on it, but I'm just going to keep going unless you guys think that it should. So it is important to distinguish these points about the two sketches. They are not the same person. The person depicted in the originally released sketch is not presently a person of interest in this investigation. The sketch released on April 22nd is representative of the face of the person captured in the video on Liberty German's cell phone as he was walking on the high bridge. The person in the sketch released April 22nd is described as having a youthful appearance, but could fall in the age range from his 20s to late 30s. The person's appearance could look differently today if he has grown a mustache, beard, or let his hair grow longer. So this guy that came forward this week, how old is he, you guys?
I think Steph's early 30s?
I'm going to guess 30, between 30 and 35.
Yep.
Okay.
I sent that picture too, Allie. This is the one that I had seen first, and I'm telling you.
Okay. Let me see if I can. You want me to pull it up, you guys? Let me do that.
I think when he was on somebody else's channel, he was cleanly shaved and stuff. Looked younger, don't you think? Did you see those videos, Steph? With him in that.
Sorry, I was on the. Can you repeat
that?
Oh
no, did you see him recently in that video where he's clean shaved? He doesn't have the goatee or the beard.
Yes.
Little
yep.
Yeah. He's changed. This picture, he has the beard. And he looks psycho.
He does look kind of scary right there, that's for sure. But I don't know, does he look like that? I gotta look back at the sketch again.
Look at that. Yeah, I mean, okay. And that day he said he was driving a 2014 red Dodge Charger, he claims.
With a stripe.
With a stripe. Yeah.
Okay.
And Allie, I just sent you another map.
Oh, you found a good one?
So yeah, it's better than any of the one. That's the best one I can find because the best map is
what's that?
This is what Rena sent, which is the guy that came in the chat that night who believes his father was involved. So those are his YouTube channels. Sean Harmon, Dennis Harmon. And then this is the guy who was on the trail and has mentioned his DNA could be there on a cigarette, but he didn't go all the way down the trail and all of that kind of stuff.
Can I add something to something else he said that was very strange?
Yeah, absolutely.
The YouTuber had asked him what his thoughts of what happened. He said, well, maybe the guy got upset because they urinated on out in the open, and that upset the bridge guy, and that's why he killed them.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah. Like,
oh
what?
My God. I've got to watch this.
Yeah, you need to go back and watch it. It was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I just wanted to say, Megan, so this is a new suspect. This guy has just came out like in the last week, they said. He's a new, not a suspect. He's a new person that people are kind of talking about. Now, as far as the police not being transparent in the case, I definitely want Stephanie's opinion since she's been doing it for a long time, following it, but they have not released much information. I know that. They're kind of keeping a lot of things quiet. And of course, I want your opinion too, Allison. I just said Steph because she kind of had watched from the beginning.
You don't want my opinion.
Yes, I do. But
you know a lot about the case too.
Yes, she does.
I don't, not as much as you guys, but yeah.
Well, more than me. But anyways, yeah. What do you think, Steph? Have the police been?
I think that there has to be a reason why they're keeping it close to the vest. However, I see it blowing up like a Chris Watch situation if they don't start releasing a little bit more, because people are just, I mean, the speculation is all over the place. So, so many rumors, and that's why it's so hard to decipher what's real and what is like true facts and what's not. But like it makes you wonder if, because they haven't released the autopsies, if the cause of death, what is it, something unusual, or it's very strange. But
Yeah, it is weird.
in the DNA thing, when they Doug Carter, the superintendent, said, it's not what you think. We have forensic evidence, but it's not what you think. So I don't know. And then for all these years, they said it had nothing to do with being catfished. And then, 6 weeks ago, they said, just kidding. We think it might have been because of social media catfish. It was like, what? Like, I don't know. They didn't say catfish. They said social media. But then they
Pretending
got
to be
that
this
guy in.
model dude, and right.
Yeah, it's like,
They
and the parents were floored as well.
yeah, there's no cause of death. What do you guys think? So there was text messages released, or not released, that were leaked, and we kind of looked at those last time, but it was someone who was there when they were found, and they claimed that Abby was setting up, correct, with like up against a tree, fully dressed, and Libby, I don't remember.
Undressed. Wasn't she undressed, and only they had covered her with?
I just know Libby was worse. Well, I don't know about this one, but I have seen those released text messages. Libby got worse than Abby. Libby got everything. It was like they took it out on Libby. Yeah. Really bad.
Okay.
Yeah, Abby's uncle. Because he was one of the people that found him. He was in the group. And he's a firefighter, I believe.
Yeah.
What she told me to search leaked text and then someone's name. Do you remember who that was to find those? Because they are kind of hard to find.
I may have it in one of my things I keep.
Let me search. One moment, please.
They were not bounded. All I can see is like a thing from a YouTube video that says they were not bounded. They were touching but not tied together. Abby was dressed. Libby was nude. Libby's top half was covered with leaves and sticks, almost like they were trying to cover her. And then the other ones I can't find.
Is it David?
Yes. If you say the last name, I'll know for sure.
I've just got David wrote down. Let me see if I can
look.
Yeah,
I found him.
Okay, I was going to say I can Google that part.
Okay, so here are the leaked texts. I'm going to let me get this comment off the screen. It is so sad.
It is very sad, Delaney.
Okay.
Nice to see you again, Delaney.
I love Delaney. Delaney, you probably don't know who I am, but I just love you.
I actually got to know her last night. She just is very kind. We need more Delaneys out there.
Yeah, very easygoing and easy to just
and support.
A cool person.
Yep.
Okay, so this it says, oh gosh, it won't let me zoom on these for some reason.
Well, just read them, Allie.
Okay. Oh shoot. What am I doing? Okay, here we go. David, you told me you found the girls. I just want to confirm the second person with you was Ivan and the third was a lady. No, my sister's husband. And then we called 2 county deputies, Drew Yoder and Darren Jennett, whatever. And then coroner's report stated everything was over by 3:30. No SA. But I was told the report was not released. Patty told me the families have not been told whether they were SA'd or not. They something and knew what they were doing with Abby. It was personal with Libby. Yes, I heard Libby had most of the injuries, but it could be she was trying to defend Abby. She was bigger. Libby's head was an inch away from being taken completely off. Abby was stabbed in the heart and something, an artery in her neck. Libby was nude. Her top half was covered with leaves and sticks, almost like they were trying to cover her. But you said there was no SA? Correct. I don't know why she was nude, but I read the coroner's report. The only DNA would be from Libby's fingernails. She fought like hell. Yes, maybe it is the DNA they are referring to. Please let me know if there is anything else. Okay, so this is a sick rumor, and I'm sorry to have to show you this. Thanks for letting me know. No, that's not her, nor Libby. Abby was placed there on the ground like a doll, hood up, hands folded, wearing the same clothes as the pic from the bridge. And then we have another one that's the same one we've already read. So I don't know. It's crazy. It like thinking that if Libby was the target, why? And if it
Right.
was a catfish, I mean, it's just none of it makes sense.
None of it.
No,
None of
you
it
can
makes
ask
sense.
all the questions you want. I don't know a lot. This is kind of my learning experience with you guys. I just wanted to learn as we go. But I have also watched a lot in my own free time too. But I don't know as much as these ladies. When were the? I got a cramp.
Not
When
too
did the
long.
detective?
Well,
Yeah, it
not too
was
long
in the
after.
very beginning.
Yeah. It was not too long after it all happened.
Oh, my foot keeps like cramping up. Oh my god.
You need some magnesium, girl.
Yeah, I definitely do.
Drink some pickle juice. It'll take those
Oh, I
cramps
love
away.
pickle juice.
Yeah, I make
Oh,
Jim
goodness.
drink pickle juice all the time. He's got really bad cramps in his legs. It'll wake him up at night, but if he drinks pickle juice, he doesn't have them.
Well, I didn't know pickle juice had magnesium
Well,
in it.
it's not the magnesium, it's
Potassium.
the potassium in it. Yep. You just drink a
Oh,
couple shots of pickle juice and you won't have cramps anymore.
well, I need to do that because I love pickle juice.
No, I do too.
Who released the recent sketch?
Oh, that sketches from 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Was
The
it
And that
most
19?
was yeah,
Now
that's the
without
most
borders. Okay.
Good night without borders. Thank you.
Thank you, Nicole Morgan. If she fought like hell, there's got to be DNA. No problem. There is so much info to take in. Yeah, there really is. It's like, I think this is going to be a big, like, several part series, and it's going to be ongoing because if there's a break in the case, if there's
Yep.
things happening, hopefully there will be a court process, which that's my most favorite thing to cover with cases because that's where we get all the details. So I hope, and plus you get to see the asshole get, locked away forever at the end. Hopefully, you don't want
I was
potassium.
surprised.
I've had potassium and magnesium through an IV when I had Bentley, and I nearly died. I had HELP syndrome, which is a variant of preeclampsia, which can cause seizures and strokes. So it gave you a high amount of magnesium, and then they gave me too much, and they gave me the other one, like to kind of balance it out. I
Counteract
think.
it.
I don't know why creators are talking about the case again. We kind of just, not for any particular reason. There was a new thing released though, the catfish thing.
Yeah.
So they had been, those sketches were out for a long time, and they were saying it wasn't, social media, it wasn't catfish, it was just basically happenstance. They ran into the wrong person out there. But now they've come out and said, and you guys correct me if I get something wrong, that it is possible there is a guy who was in communication with Abby, I think.
Abby. Yep.
Okay. And they were in communication, and he had been catfishing a lot of people using a model's picture, and he's like this I don't know, not a model. and he's
Not a model.
He's in jail though for a crime, right? What happened? How did he get busted?
It was his final arrest.
Yeah.
I want to say
He
child
had
porn.
done this with teenage girls.
Yeah.
Underage girls.
Hey, a little bit.
And it's really strange that there have been two creators that were on this case that have passed away in like the past month. So, which is really crazy. Because they were, that was was both of their
like passion.
their big cases. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was what they covered.
Yep.
Not so
So
photogenic. Nope, not at all. Oh, I love that picture of you, Delaney. That's so cute.
Yeah. And then
Um,
another reason why think for yourself, not only that, now they've got another person of interest that they're talking to who's just really strange, very, very talented and gifted, he's almost like a genius. And he can't remember, first he couldn't remember if he was out there the day of. Then all of a sudden he thinks he was out there around 3 o'clock to take his drone out for pictures. And then he saw the two girls and he left because he didn't want to scare them. And then he said his DNA might be on a cigarette out there. It's just all weird, weird stuff.
who was the guy with the sideburns that was compared to his sketch a while ago?
the guy that took that girl in from the
Yeah. He
block
needs to
party.
be where he is.
He will never. I hope he never gets out.
Mhm.
He was the last POI.
But they say he is not involved in this, right?
No, and I
Yeah.
never felt that when I went
Yeah.
to Delphi, like right when he was arrested, like
Mhm.
right around that time, and everybody was like, no, I don't think it's him. I don't think it's him. I never thought it was him, although he looks like the first sketch, like the
Yeah.
nose part, and
Mhm.
He
But-
does.
and he
look
hung out
similar to him.
around bridges.
But law enforcement said no, that I don't know how they know.
Christine, have a good night at work.
Pretty
Thank
much.
you for hanging out with us. And then Megan says they are cherry picking the info they release.
Yes.
I would love to hear her, like, if she would look at the case and then analyze it, because she always thinks in ways that I don't. So it's
And
really
I think a lot like Megan. She's got me. Yep. I've learned a lot from her. And there's certain things in cases that you really need to look out for.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. So yeah, because you never know the reason for things. A lot of times there can be things orchestrated for new laws. That makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah.
New gun laws, different things like that. Okay. So let's go past that. Why switch focus to another? Knowing that the sketches are of two different people brings up the question, why did the investigation switch focus from their first suspect to another? Libby's sister Kelsey responded on Twitter to questions related to the new sketch, saying, I hope you're right. What made them drastically change the sketch? She said, a recent development is what I understand. Then she said, yes, they had created several sketches at the time. They believed the other one was more credible. And then she says there was a reason for it. Thankful we have it now. The podcast, The Best Case, Worst Case, claims to have heard from their sources that the man in the July 17th sketch was arrested and cleared, hence the change of suspects. Which is interesting. So then it gives you like the transcript from that. So, okay, the official descriptions. We also believe this person is from Delphi currently or has previously lived here, visits Delphi at a regular basis, or works here. We believe this person is currently between the age range of 18 and 40, but might appear younger than his true age. Wow, that guy, the cigarette dude, he does look younger than his true age. If he's in his 30s, he looks like
exactly. And then he even looks younger now that he's clean shaving.
Oh, I bet, with the clean shave.
Yeah.
Today, a new sketch of the suspect appearing to be in his mid-20s to mid-30s. Oh, that is so sketchy. And then on April 24th, they clarified age range from his 20s to late 30s. Let's see. He's described as a white male between 5 feet 6 inches and 5 feet 10, weighing between 180 and 220, with reddish brown hair. And we're going to get to that. So this. You can see something under his clothes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm wondering, I mean, look at him. And to me, does he look that young? It's so hard to tell, but.
It is just really hard with his hat on. But what's weird, the cigarette guy has a navy blue jacket like this. It's a Subaru is what he called it, a Subaru jacket.
Huh. I think maybe where his jacket is stuffed, it makes him appear older, like he has that belly and you know what I mean? Because
the limp, I don't know that limp. Does he have a?
I don't know, but if you look right here, I mean, you can clearly see there's something stuffed
Oh
here,
yes,
maybe
yep.
here, and then even in the leg, it looks kind of like there's something in that. Especially if you screenshot it and look, which video can morph and kind of. Remember in the Chris Watts case, I mean, the shadows and the videos can
Right.
play tricks on you. Even when that in the Chris Watts case, when we see that first person walk out, and then we see, which they're all supposedly Chris. But one of the people that walks out, if you look at the video and freeze it, it does seem like they have a ponytail. They're different. I don't know. And maybe it's Chris the whole time and it's just the video. It's hard to tell especially when it's not very clear like that.
But that video there with it screenshot and pull, there's something black or something. It looks just like a gun or something.
I think he used a gun to control them.
Too. Yeah,
because I think the knife they would have outrun the guy.
Oh,
or
yeah,
tried to.
Absolutely.
Like what is right here? This is like something not small.
It's pretty big.
And his hand is like in a weird position. I don't know. And I'm wondering if he set out to do this, or if it was, I don't know, because why would you bring all those things? You set out to either kill them or kill somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Think for yourself. It was actually Libby. She had enough sense to start recording him because she knew something was about to go down. So we do not know how much she has recorded. We didn't get the video at first. We just got a snap picture, and then later they put the video and then him saying to the girls down the hill. So,
and they say they have a lot more audio, right? But they're not releasing it.
Well, they won't say. They won't say.
No, I thought I heard them say they have like two full minutes of it, but maybe.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I could have swore. I don't know where I heard it at, but they said, I think it was the sister.
Kelsey said that?
Kelsey said that in talking with that, was it a sheriff or the deputy or
the superintendent of the Indiana State Police?
Yeah, she said that law enforcement has like 2 minutes, but they're not going to release it.
Well, look here. Okay, initially law enforcement released stills from this video of the suspect. The first one was released on February 15th. On February 19th, law enforcement labeled the man in the image a prime suspect. They later released 2 more stills from the video. On April 22nd, 2019, law enforcement released about 1 second of video of which the previous stills had been taken from. Law enforcement said Libby started to video record before criminal behavior began to occur. To get more specific, on February 22nd, 2017, Indiana State Police Sergeant Tony Slocum said, and we can play that real quick if you guys want.
This is my favorite one.
To have
not him, but the other guy.
To activate the video system on her cell phone to record.
Well, it won't let me
what
do
we
full
believe
screen.
is
him. I love him.
Yeah.
Why Delphi? Why Carroll County? I say that because this is a classic example and a clear example that evil lives amongst us.
This young lady's a hero. There's no doubt. To have enough presence of mind to activate the video system on her cell phone to record what we believe is criminal behavior that is about to occur. Yesterday.
A show of force. More than 24 police officers joined together to ask for your help to find whoever killed Abby Williams and
I'm just pausing it for
Libby
just
German.
a second. But
And we learned today that Libby took the picture of the man who police want to question.
Is the answer?
If you are this man and you did not commit this crime, would you not come forward? You know what I mean? That makes me think that is the killer, because you would no, that was me. You know, I don't know. What do you guys think?
I believe it is him.
Recorded audio of a man giving instructions possibly just moments before the girls were murdered. Police today released a portion of that audio. He only says a few words, down the hill.
And it's really hard to hear, but we want to play it for you 4 times. Listen very closely. Police want to know if you recognize this voice.
Down the hill. Down the hill. Down the hill. Down the hill.
Chilling audio there. We have team coverage tonight of the search for the murderer or even murderers. Our Kevin Rader will have reaction from people in Delphi. But we begin tonight.
Wow, you guys. That is just so creepy to hear.
Yep.
Okay, so the recording was longer than what has been released. Police won't release any more to protect the integrity of the investigation. But they've seen the video and likely won't be able to stop thinking about it. Oh, God. So what... I'm wondering how long she was recording.
Well, it does say in that where we're at, it says police say the girls mostly talk about stuff like girl talk about it in the recording. And they also mention the man. So they've got a lot of recording. They're just not releasing it. They're talking about what friends do, girl stuff. And then, so I don't know how long, honestly, that they've recorded, but you would think that they would want to release a little bit, I don't know, because that audio that we can hear girls down the hill, that's not enough.
No, I agree. And look right here. So this is what I was thinking. Where the assertion that the unreleased video is something investigators won't be able to stop thinking about is unclear. Did they mean, what they saw in the video, or is it possible this journalist meant only to imply that any video of a killer approaching would haunt investigators? Because you wonder, are they saying that the murder or part of it is on there by saying they won't be able to stop thinking about it? That makes me think.
You would think.
Well, then we have, is the attack itself on the recording? And they say no. So I'm wondering, maybe the guy found the phone. Well, no, I don't know.
Well, and we don't, just because Sheriff Lazenby said that doesn't mean it's not. You know what I mean? They're not going to be like, yep, it's there.
You're right.
know?
They're already holding back cause of death and all these things. So they know the killer is the only person who knows. So they don't want to say, oh, yeah, we have it all on recording, because then the killer's going to, know that. But man. So on February 27th, they released the audio from the phone, presumably taken from the video she was taking. Whether the released video and released audio coincide in time is unknown, but seems unlikely. And that's the Down the Hill. On April 22nd, a longer version is released with the word guys. Whether guys word directly preceded the Down the Hill part, or if some audio of the girls talking was removed, is a subject of debate online. Investigators have more audio from the phone, which was at the crime scene. The cell phone was physically recovered by law enforcement. The idea that being that the video could have been pulled from an app or cloud service if the phone was missing. The quote above was written by reporter Alexis McAdams. An article from WTHR says audio from Libby German's cell phone was played for the victims' families, including a mention of a man they noticed behind them. They also mentioned the man. What did they say? Something about a creepy man, or right?
Well, if you go back up, it says they just talk about a man, girl stuff, and then also mention the man.
Let me check comments real quick, and then I forgot my camera was on. Why is he looking down when a girl is recording him? I was thinking that too. How are you not looking up where there's two people standing? I don't know. It's just awkward. The looking down. That makes I don't know.
Well, the bridge is so crickety. Remember, I told you there was like some of those places, there was like 3 feet in between where you kind of have to leap. So he might have been, we know that he saw them because he was only 50 feet from the, or 60 feet from them at the point where he was actually, where that film was. So in that film was only like 1 second. So he probably looked down to make sure he wasn't about to fall. Cause you know,
That's
all of
true.
those
Yeah.
beams are falling apart. So that would be my guess. He knew they were there because he knew he was about to, what he was about to do to them, because he was only
So
50 feet from them.
when you're walking across that bridge, you know the limp that he has?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that do you think that's really a limp, or it's the way he's walking because the bridge is so dangerous?
Because it's so dangerous. Like I
So
mean,
you
I
don't think
can't,
he had a limp then?
I don't know if he had a limp or not. He may have, but I can't even imagine how you wouldn't. I had someone holding my hand and I still
Oh
was like
wow, that
dodging areas.
totally,
I made it about 7 steps and I was like, no more, no
yeah.
more. I'm not taking this risk. I mean, because the beams are literally rotting.
So this whole time
So-
I thought this man had like a hip problem or a
Mhm.
knee problem. But
And he
now that
could.
you say that, well, still though, but he may not have if he was the
Right.
bridge is dangerous walking across. You're gonna walk like that.
Hello, Delana. I'm happy to see you in here. And then, Mo, I haven't heard that, and maybe they have. And before they answer, Nicole said, "Can chat fill me in?" So this is Stephanie, and she's been a member of the community for a long time. Actually, she's been around. I met her back when this stuff happened, all that drama happened months ago. And she's just an awesome person in the community who has an awesome channel called Support with Steffa, very positive and just a really good, awesome person. And she's actually been to Delphi in person. It was, which you could explain too, but her and her daughter both love true crime and love this case. And they went together kind of like as a fun trip to go check it out in person. Love you girls, but you're killing me. I really don't want to go down another rabbit hole. Well, come on.
Oh, there's some rabbit holes.
And let me post y'all's. Oh no, in the description I've got Stephanie and Allison and Psych Sound Off channel because she was going to be on here with us. Yeah, Stephanie's awesome.
Oh, thank you. That was so sweet. I love you, Woofy.
When all that stuff happened, I was so nervous to come back on my channel, and I don't know, just you were one of the first kind of things I was doing after that, the interview we did, and you just made me feel so calm and just like, I don't know. So yeah, very awesome. Good energy, both of you guys. Allison has awesome energy too.
Oh, well,
Allison, you are awesome. What are you talking about, girl?
well, you guys are both awesome.
Well,
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, so next they have GPS data, and I have not heard anything about this, so this is all new to me. I'm sure you guys know all about it, but so Mike Patty reveals that he went back to the house to retrieve phone information and brought it to the police so they could start pinging Libby's phones. This would have to have been sometime after they were officially reported missing on February 13th. Yeah, look, Megan, on February 13th. Another 13. An article is
Oh my gosh, that just now, whoa, Megan.
An article is published by WLFL, which interviews Mike Patty, who says the cell phone has been pinging around town. And here there is a cell phone tower, but the ping was last noted around 5 to 6 hours ago. And they say the phone is now dead. I saw the text where they got delivered, but they never were read. It is probable the pinging around town was a miscommunication around cell phone triangulation or cell tower function. Which, if it was found with her, I mean, that's kind of irrelevant at this point.
Fun fact about February 13th. Not a fun fact, but just a fact that because I have ADD. Do you know that one of the girls has date of death is February 13th, and the other one has the date of death is February 14th on their headstones?
That was weird.
Wow.
Yeah, and that is because if you don't have the exact date, you can choose your date.
Yeah.
so they could choose either the 13th or the 14th. So one
14th.
family chose the 13th and the other family chose the 14th, which I never knew that was.
That's
Yeah,
weird.
that was weird to me. I'd never heard of that.
But I
Yeah.
thought they said that it had to have been done by like 3:30 that day, or was that
Yeah.
from those texts? I can't remember.
But
what
it could be
was.
your found date or the date you went missing.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So one chose one and the other one chose the other.
That's crazy. I don't know what I would choose, because Valentine's Day, you wouldn't. I mean, that's.
I know. So Valentine's Day or the day before, I don't know.
The initial contact location. The Monon Railroad was built through Carroll County in the 1800s. The route went from Chicago to Indianapolis and was called the Airline Route. The high bridge over Deer Creek is the second highest in the state at 63 feet, and it's 853 feet long. So it was for trains. That's crazy. And dang, that's high too. There's some history of the location, which we can just scroll through it, but interesting to see. So when they were missing, were they searching the water underneath? Because one of the photos I found, it appeared so to be so.
The first day, we were only checking the right side of that bridge. So I don't believe they did any water searches till the second day, because it was getting dark, because it was February.
Yeah.
So it got dark fast.
And
it wasn't until the following day that they even started checking the other side of the bridge, because no one ever thought they would be on the other side, because you'd have to cross the water to get to the other side. And obviously they did have to cross the other side. I can't imagine being that freezing cold water in February.
I'm wondering, like, if they, I wonder if he made them walk through it or what.
I don't know. I don't know if he had another place on the side of the bridge, or they ran, because remember the shoe was found.
Oh, and if you're running for your life, you're not going to worry about cold water. You're just going to go.
You're just going to go. The adrenaline's going. You're not going to, yeah.
Nicole Morgan, I can't imagine those parents either. It's how convenient that one of the girls captured this guy, but then the killer didn't see the phone. I know. I thought about that too.
They said she had it down really low. So or maybe he did see it, but he didn't want to take it with him because he didn't want to be tracked. Because, then if Abby's or Libby's cell phone would have been with him, they would have been able to track where he was.
I can't imagine the fear that they had that day. These sad things, I didn't notice that at first. These little platforms off to the side. Yeah. Oh.
You can't. I had no cell phone service at all, so I tried to go live there, and I couldn't.
Oh, I can't wait to see your video about it.
Oh, I can't either.
Did you take pictures and stuff?
Yes, I did. I have pictures.
So this trail right here, Stephanie, you have to walk through the trail on the left to get to the bridge on the right?
Correct.
Okay.
Of course, we went down the wrong trail.
Oh, yeah.
Good night, Wolfie.
Good night, Wolfie.
We met this lady and her daughter. I don't know who she was, but I think she was watching out for us. She said that she had been in law enforcement at one time, and she and her mother, who was probably like in her 70s, they were on that second trail with us. And it was almost like she was there at the walk, because to get information to see if the killer showed up or something, or to get information. And we just told her we were mother and daughter. We thought, because remember, we came late. So we'd ran into Ron Logan. We didn't know where we were going. We didn't know to go left or right at that fork. And we went right instead of left to go down the right trail. We went down the wrong trail, and that's where we met them. And so they stayed with us. We walked with them. And then when we got to the group, I started talking to people, and she stayed with us until she followed behind us when we drove to the cemetery with the group of people. And she had said she'd been in law enforcement, and she found a bone and had said, "Oh, that's just animal bone." So I really think it was weird, but she did watch us to make sure we were safe.
Well, that was nice of her.
Yeah, it was,
Really?
but I really think she was there to see if anything was, going on. And when we finally got up to the group, she said, "Oh, great, he's here." Greeno, talking about Greeno, because Greeno, the YouTuber, was there. She's like, he was considered a person of interest at one time, but
So
I
was
mean, he
this
wasn't.
like a group
There was
there?
35 people there for the walk that day.
Oh, wow. And then, so did you guys get to see even where they were found? Like make it that far or?
So I did when we drove to the cemetery. We followed people. There's probably about, I don't know, 15 of us that went to the cemetery. So I wanted to cross. Mr. Logan had made it very apparent he did not want us to go on his property. But once I got to the cemetery, I wanted to cross over. So Anthony Greeno had showed us where the crime scene was. But that's why I was saying there was no tape. So you couldn't really see
Right.
physically where it was, because it is down a little ways. But we just kind of had a guesstimate of where the trees were and stuff, because Mr. Logan did not want anybody on his property. And I wasn't, I wanted to jump over, but even if I did jump over that fence where the cemetery was,
Oh, cool.
I don't know if I'd ever gotten back up, because it was really, really steep. And there
So
was this
you
really nice
were
guy.
right
So
here. Oh, wait, here, right? The Delphi Cemetery?
Yes. So that's on the other side of 300. So we took we drove back. We all walked back past the Freedom Bridge to the parking area. And then we drove over 300 to get to the cemetery. And that's where that lady and her mom followed us.
Right
And
there.
got to the cemetery. Yes. And that's where Becky Patty met us. That's Libby's mom, or excuse me, Libby's grandmother. And she had given Greeno some, because Greeno's daughter is related to the Pattys somehow, and had given wristbands for him to give away.
Wow.
But
That
she
is such
didn't want, she does not, they don't, it was my understanding that she doesn't like to go down on the walker. She doesn't want to remember where her granddaughter died.
Oh. Man, that's sad. Okay, so now we're at the body disposal location, which is kind of what a lot of my questions are around. I'm probably asked the same question over and over, but sometimes it takes me because I remembered you saying about not making it all the way to the bodies from the last time. But anyways, so I'll read this and then we'll go from there. The exact body disposal location has never been released by law enforcement. Whether the homicide location and the body disposal location are the same is unknown. Had not even thought about that. All that is known publicly is the initial site of the encounter. The southeast end of the bridge is not the same location as the body disposal site. Law enforcement has said that the disposal site was half a mile from the end of the bridge and across Deer Creek. It is possible to get a rough estimate of where the bodies were based off of the placement of crime scene tape in the woods. So, this right here, you guys, is that big bridge, that big black thing. You can see the platforms on the side. And then that's the Deer Creek. That's what we were talking about, that they either ran through out of fear or were forced to go through at gunpoint or something like that. And the shoe was here, right?
Correct.
Okay. And that's
On
where
it was on the side of the bridges of the side of the bridges side of the creek. Yes.
What did the shoe look like? Do you know?
I do not.
I don't think they've ever released a picture of it, have they, Steph?
No, and in fact, remember when we talked last week, I said I didn't even know that it was ever confirmed.
Yeah.
So
But
this is, sorry.
no, you go ahead.
I was
Sorry.
just going to say, this is the end of the bridge, and then there's the hill. It is steep. Oh my gosh. And then is that the creek? Or,
Yes.
because this says,
That's
yeah,
the
it's
first driveway. Or wait,
here, let me
I
go
can't
back
tell
to
if that's
here,
the trail.
and then I'll flip through slow. So they're going down the bridge, you know, and getting towards the end of it, and then they point down the hill on this one at the end, and then this. I don't know
Is
what
that the
that is.
trail or is that the
I can't tell.
you can't tell either from where.
It says it's images taken at the end of the bridge and down the hill.
Okay,
So that
so
would be
once
the
you go down that
trail.
first hill. So you go down the first hill and you hit a private driveway, and the lady that lives in the house of the private driveway met the bridge guy because he had been there earlier while she was walking her dog. And then you go down another hill and you'll hit like a grassy area, which is where rumor has it the shoe was found.
Lynn
And
says
then
it's a black shoe, Steph. Did you know that?
I did not.
I didn't either.
Oh my God. So eerie to look at. It just takes it, I don't know. All arrows on this map are abstract approximations and not intended to be taken literally. If you assume that the path they took between the initial encounter site and the disposal site is relatively direct, then the offender would have directed them off the trail and down the hill to the north, with the guys down the hill audio most likely referring to this. At the bottom of the hill, they would have had to cross a private driveway, and then moving further north, they would have reached Deer Creek. This section was relatively shallow, and during certain seasons it acts as a sandbar. Estimations of the depth range from ankle deep to knee deep. It is on the other side of Deer Creek that the bodies are found.
Now it's waist deep where they had to cross, the part that they crossed, because Greeno actually went through it, and he was waist deep in.
I heard that. Somebody else had said that too. It was waist deep.
So it was freezing.
This private driveway, I'm assuming that's her house. That right?
Yes. Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
And remember, I don't know if you guys remember from last week, but one of we were at one side of the bridge, you know, the part where the trail ends. Somebody was on the other side of the bridge, and we were yelling from one side to the other because you can't see from one side of the bridge to the other side of the bridge.
Oh,
so
wow.
We were yelling and you couldn't hear each other yell. So if the girls screamed, it's most likely nobody would have heard them screaming, because everybody said, why didn't they scream? Because there were people, or there was a girl and her boyfriend that were over by the trail that I had been on that leads to the creek. But you can't see you couldn't even hear if from one side of the bridge to the other, nor could you see. So I don't know if anybody would have even heard them scream.
Oh, that's crazy. Oh, Danny B, hey Danny, I know she was very interested in this case, and I told you if you wanted to join, I don't think I got an email from you, but hop up on panel and have a discussion with us. You're absolutely welcome. And Delana says, which she did tag you up here, I agree, major red flags. Why was there so much information never released? And I'm assuming to protect the case, but do you know what they've said? Have they stated why? Is that kind of what they've said?
On the interviews with Kelsey and the superintendent, you can go on YouTube and find those. Whenever that question gets asked, he says it will, they don't want to jeopardize the integrity of the case.
Every time he says that.
Every question that was people are asking about specifics, that's always his answer.
Wow. Ooh, I've got to see that. I want to watch that.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
that.
there's a couple of videos
And-
with that she did that.
And Kelsey, is such a good person. I mean, she's strong. That girl is strong.
I
And I
believe
think she'll be
that
able to help a lot of people in her lifetime.
I believe that Kelsey is friends with Coat of Many Colors. I think they personally
Are you
friends.
talking about the one that was on with us last time?
Yeah, in our group, which
Oh, wow.
I try not to say her name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about. I
Okay.
know her by the other name.
Yeah, her old screen name was Coat of Many Colors, and she's been on my channel before talking about Summer Wells' case because she's a local there and she went to some of the gatherings and stuff. But she started a new channel which she's calling Psych Sound Off, and so there's a little bit of confusion there. But so here they're talking about the location of the bodies, and they said this was an article that came out in February that said they were lying in the grass between a group of trees deep in the woods. That reminds me of Gabby Petito, in a grove of trees. Then they said in an article on the 15th, the bodies were found on private property about 50 feet from the shore of Deer Creek. Sources tell Call 6 investigates that a set of footprints are what led volunteers to the area the bodies were found.
That's not true. I don't think. It was a deer that was standing above where the bodies were. And
yeah, they said that up here. You're right.
Yeah, he did.
The
There was 2 deer, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was. I don't know if there was 2, but I know that there was at least one. And they were looking at the deer, and the deer was like right above where their bodies were.
Well, this
And
is
that's
just an
how-
article from that it's not like from investigators or whatever, so they probably just got it wrong. There's where the crime scene tape was.
Brian Laundrie is even a suspect in this case.
Oh, gosh.
No, but this is not true, but this is my daughter, because when we were coming home, when we were driving home, like our brains were going everywhere, because there was a guy that was in our group that said he knew who the guy was. And this guy, he believed it. Of course, he said no names, but this guy really believed it. So Brittany and I, my daughter, were both like, Barry Morphew lived in Indiana at the time.
Oh my gosh.
We were just so I'm clear, it's not Barry Morphew.
A lot of people said that. I remember seeing that on the internet back when.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
I did too. Now that you say that, this was somebody, a whole nother channel or something.
Oh God.
They were talking about that he was Indiana when this happened. Yeah.
That's so funny. You guys thought the same thing.
Do you guys remember
Yes.
the 2 girls from Iowa? The 2 young girls around this time that came up missing? Anyways, everybody always wondered if these were connected.
I don't remember that.
Oh yeah, I can't remember their names. They're from Iowa. They were young girls like these guys, maybe even younger.
So these girls would have came from this direction, right? Then because they had to cross the creek.
Yes. Is that where yes.
And then this,
They would have came from that direction. Yep.
Oh my
And remember,
God.
that's Ron Logan's property there. That's
Is
not
that
part
the
of
hill
this.
back there that's really steep?
Yes.
Isn't that hill? Yeah.
So they walked
And
through
from the
here.
crime scene up until you get to the cemetery, it seemed like it was a 90-degree angle. Obviously it wasn't, but it was so steep. And I thought this guy was going to help me down. He's like, I'll help you if you want to go down there. And I was like, I really do want to go down there. And my daughter's going, don't do it, Mom. Don't do it. You might get arrested. And, but then I thought, I might get down there, but I'm not sure I'll ever get back up because that hill was so steep.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Nicole Morgan.
Are we sure it's not Barry? But that's where my daughter and I were like, we had it going everywhere. And then that's when we heard of Sean Harmon. So we started listening to his stuff on the way home because we had 4.5 hours to kill. And so we started listening to all his stuff. And she's like, maybe that's him. Maybe it's him, you know, because he was not Sean, but when he was talking about his dad.
His dad,
It
yeah.
we were in a spiral rabbit hole for a while on this case.
I bet that made the trip fun, though. The trip home probably went fast, you know?
Yeah, it did. It did.
I'll be right back, guys.
I keep getting that foot cramp. Oh, my gosh. I've got to get some pickle juice or whatever.
And I do have to log off here shortly because I'm at my friend's house. So
well,
I
you know what?
apologize.
We can end it whenever you guys want because we're going to do more. You know, we'll do more in the future. Let's see. Pretty good trail.
And then I would love for you to come watch Brittany and I when we'll tell our story.
Oh, I'll be there and I'll definitely
Yes.
share it. So I hope you guys will go subscribe and I'll share it when you do it.
And I will
Yeah.
too, Stephanie. I will
Okay.
be there. I promise. I want to listen to that.
We'll
But
do it one
I'm
day
going
next
to-
week.
Okay. I'm going to say goodbye to everybody. Thank you all in the chat. You guys are awesome. Thanks, Allie. Thanks, Steph. I appreciate you having me on. You guys have a great night. Okay.
Thank you. You have a great night too. And I'm going to go too. I just want to get through these couple photos.
Yep.
Steph, you can stay or you can, whatever you want to do.
Goodbye, guys.
Bye, darling.
Bye. Okay, so J. Kyle Keener, a photographer working for the newspaper, so this would have been the next day. He took these photos, posted them to his Flickr and Facebook. His description for this photo was a volunteer searcher walks the woods near the Monon High Bridge east of Delphi, where the 2 teen girls were found. So maybe that was, it was the next day. And then this one. See, a Delphi, Indiana police detective looks for evidence at the scene where the 2 girls were found. So, wow. Near the creek. So they must have been behind him right there because there's the creek. I'm just trying to get a good idea of the... Okay, we can stop there and start back with the physical evidence and then just go from there and just, if you want, Steph.
That sounds great.
Okay. Thank you for coming on. It was so much fun.
Thank you for
just sitting
having
around
me.
talking about it. Yeah, it was awesome. And you look so pretty. And yeah, when are you guys going to do your
I think
experience?
we'll either do it Friday night or Thursday night. So
Awesome.
I will let you know
cannot
for sure.
wait. I cannot wait for that. Alex
Yes.
is the mellow yellow. Good night, you guys. Thank y'all for hanging out. Thanks for being so kind. Thanks for, just asking questions, joining the conversation. It's so fun. I love it. And I appreciate you, Stephanie, so much. And I appreciate my
Thank you.
chat. I appreciate my mods, even though there are none tonight, but I still appreciate you guys. And yeah, I love you guys and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you,
Bye,
Steph, so much.
guys.
Bye.